Hey everybody, it's Coin Snobs. I'm Keith,
I'm Jason.
and today we're going to do a box of nickels. So it looks like it's been opened, but it really hasn't. It's just trickery. Just some trickery there.
Mind
Still
freak.
sealed.
Mind freak.
So let's cut it open and see what we have.
I'll bet there's nickels in there.
Probably. Bet you we got like 50 rolls of nickels. Let's see. Yeah. That's nickels.
But now, if there's a Canadian nickel in there, is it still a nickel?
Yes.
If a tree falls in the forest, no one's there to hear it, does it really make a sound?
It's circulated.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely circulated.
Full of buffalo nickels and fee nickels, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yep. Anyways, all right, we'll go through them and we'll be back. All right, guys, it is time for the infamous wrap-up. As you can see, this is most definitely the best nickel box I think we've ever had. I mean, this tray is full of goodies. Starting over here, we got some 1939s. Usual circulated condition, but they are 1939s. Second year that the Jefferson nickel was struck. Unfortunately, they're all Philadelphia's, no Denver's or San Francisco's, which make them a little bit more valuable, but that's okay. Won't hold that against them. Right here we have a 1997 Philadelphia that is pretty struck through grease. Alright, let's see if I can get a good angle on it here so you can see the struck through grease areas. Yeah, you can pretty much see it right there. All around in this area right here. And I believe there's a little bit over here in front of his face. Yeah, so it's going to be the real shiny parts right here, as you can see. And most of that W is actually wiped out right there, so nasty damage, but not a bad example. 1941. I don't remember what the mint mark was on this one, actually. Just a Philadelphia. Does have some lamination, though. And there's that lamination right there, kind of west of the 19 and 1941. Right about yonder way. If I remember correctly, there is some more somewhere around here. Yeah, that could be it. But yeah, I'm not sure if you guys remember, but lamination is caused by there being gases typically trapped in the alloy of the planchets, or it can just be an improper alloy mix, and that stuff off gases and it causes part of it to peel up. Sometimes it separates, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it separates, obviously, after being circulated for a little bit, but it's always cool to find those. Very common in war nickels, fairly common in regular nickels, but nice early example there. And then here we have a 1940S with some decent die cracks. Little bit of die crack off the bottom right side of Monticello, right above the A. We're gonna move there. I'm sure you can see that. And then also on the left side, but a little bit more aggressive. Then these rows over here, we have all 1940s, various years and mint marks, and another row of all 1940s. Not actually just 1940, but, you know, again, various dates. 40 through 49, I guess I should say. Of course, you guys probably figured that out. And then we have some 1950 to 1959, various mint marks. If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you know me and Keith keep anything 1959 and older. Pretty cool looking rusty 1957 Denver. I mean, you know, just rust color. I guess it doesn't really mean anything. But again, pretty good amount of coins here. And then these are some better condition ones. Extra fine AU. Really cool looking 1941, decent condition. 1956, that is AU or better. Probably high-end, about uncirculated AU. Another nice 1956. A 1971 Denver. A little bit of a nick there on his cheek, but overall, definitely uncirculated. Looks like somebody just pulled that out of a mint set recently. And a 1977 Denver. Same idea. Really nice condition. Probably fresh out of a mint set. Or maybe sitting in somebody's drawer for, 40 years. Over here, got something a little bit more interesting. This is where it starts to get good. So we got a 1959 Denver. Looks like it has a repunched mint mark. What do you guys think? Is that a repunched mint mark? Kind of looks like a repunched mint mark to us. And going on varietyvista.com, there is definitely a variety that looks very similar to that. Unfortunately, I can't do a side-by-side because I know those pictures are copyright. But if you look it up for yourself, there is a repunched mint mark variety that looks quite a bit like that mint mark. Another Denver strike here. 1946. Repunched mint mark. Same thing with this one as was with the 1959. Found a similar form of this variety on varietyvista.com. This one is very crooked. It almost looks like it was repunched over a straight D mint mark. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you say that's a repunched mint mark? And then these guys right here. These are 52s. Yes, 1952. All three of these. And they are San Francisco strikes. But I think they are all the same repunched mint mark. Let's take a look at those real quick and see what you guys think. Certainly looks repunched to us. You can see just a little bit of a hint of something right there. Right above that little bottom tail. And I'm going to see if I can get at least one of the other ones in here into the frame. That one's a little bit more smashed, but you see something very similar to this first one. And then the third one, same concept. A little bit of something under there. This one I'd say probably looks less like it than the other one. In fact, I think actually, yeah, this one here could be a different variety. For sure. That is a larger mint mark than this one. But I do think that there is a possibility that these two are identical. And again, looking at varietyvista.com, there is definitely a form of this variety that looks similar to that. You got a 93? Yeah, looks like 1993. That is, however, a proof coin. San Francisco strike. Definitely a little worse for wear. It's been out there for a while. But, I mean, again, me and Keith just don't have the heart to throw these back into the waters like this. I mean, it's still a proof coin. Then we have a clash, and I mean, we'll take a look at this into the scope real quick, but you can even see the clash from here. Kind of the top right of Monticello there, going towards the M. And there she be. Looks like it's probably the back of Jefferson's ponytail. Typical circulated looking coin. Pretty average. 1993 Philadelphia. Don't see any clashing anywhere else. But that right there is definitely something. And we don't find a lot of clashed nickels, actually. We don't find a lot of clashes, period. Fair amount of quarters, but not so much of anything else. And again, in case you guys don't know or don't remember, clashing occurs when the feeder finger fails to load a brand new blank planchet in between the two dies. and they strike each other. And they leave a little imprint of the opposing die on each other. Always cool to find. So yeah, definitely a clash. And then we get to some war nickels. We got 1, 2, 3 war nickels. So we got a 1943 Denver. Some kind of something stuck to it. It's got a lot of something stuck to it, actually. Some kind of paper and some kind of glue or something. I haven't really tried to take that off with a toothpick yet, but I'm sure I will do that before I put it in the tube. Look at all those goobers. Yeah, it looks like some kind of glue or maybe some kind of dried up grease, but definitely go after that with a toothpick. And then this here looks almost like some really, really old paper. Who knows? And then that is an S. 1944. That beautiful large S San Francisco mint mark above Monticello to show you that it does have silver content. Very rarely do we find any of these that aren't heavily circulated. About a year ago, actually, we found one that was mint state, which is pretty crazy. Usual wear and damage, but doesn't matter. We still love it. And another 1944 S. And the other great big old mint mark. At first, I thought at looking at it that this might have been maybe some lamination, which, as I said before, was pretty common with the war nickels, especially because of the alloy mixture. But pretty sure that's just old damage. Maybe an old die chip. Kind of hard to tell. More than likely, though, it's just damage that happened decades and decades and decades ago, and it just kind of got worn down, and it's hard to tell what it is now, but man, is it nice finding war nickels. Yep, so we have 2 San Francisco war nickels from 1944, and those are 35% silver. A little bit of a nickel shortage during World War II. They were actually using the nickel for producing armor for tanks, aircraft, things like that. So that's the reason why you have that new alloy mix for part of 1942 through 1945. And then, check that out. Buffalo nickel. Buffalo nickel. Yeah, definitely blown away by this box. So first one we have is a 1921 plain. Not too shabby. On the rare occasions that we do find buffalo nickels, which could be few and far between, and certainly we've never found 2 in one box before, they're almost always dateless, or almost dateless. This one is quite obviously an older die state. Lots of ripples in the field and stuff like that to show the dies were wearing down. There's that beautiful buffalo. A little bit of something going on here. Could just be because of the older die state. Kind of hard to tell. I'll do a little bit more research on that. But yeah, and I mean, this isn't worth a whole lot of money, but I mean, the big thing about this is the hunt. We found actually, a 100-year-old coin this year in circulation. So either way you look at it, it's always going to be a beautiful find. And then this guy right here, 1919. I already used the Nicodate on it, which I'm going to have a new Nicodate video coming out this coming week. Just bought some no-date nickels from eBay, so I know you guys have requested to see us do some more of those, and that's always fun to do. I mean, it's kind of like the whole mystery idea concept, like everything else. And again, of course, going to have a mystery bag video coming out next week as well. That is always in high demand. But 1919, this one's an S. So a San Francisco struck buffalo nickel from 1919 with lamination. Let's take a look. Little bit of lamination right here. just behind his eye. It's kind of hard to see, but you can see it kind of a little bit below his temple. Maybe going through his temple, that line right there, that is lamination. Again, older nickels had quite a bit of that. Very well circulated. And the nickel date revealed the 1919. And before we even did that, we noticed that it was a San Francisco, which is fairly odd. Anytime you find a buffalo nickel, especially in circulation, it's super awesome. Anytime you find a buffalo nickel with a mint mark on it, that's icing on the cake right there. That's the bonus. Whole bunch of lamination going through the Fuffle Bro. So yeah, very nice. Technically, it's an error. Anyways, that is it, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and do so. One of the best ways to support the channel. We're pushing 1,000 subscribers. So, you know, hopefully here within the next couple of weeks, you can expect a giant, good-sized giveaway anyways. Haven't decided yet what we're going to give away, but gonna have a decent giveaway for 1,000. I mean, come on, that's like our first big milestone, so we gotta have something good to show our appreciation and love back to you guys. Go ahead and tick the bell if you want to get a notification every time we do upload videos. Like the video if you like it, and until next time, guys, love you all, God bless, and we'll see you soon. Stay safe out there.